Hello, this is Walker Weitzel. I'm the founding attorney at Alloy Patent Law. And today we're going to do a brief tour of a design patent. I'm going to take a moment to talk about Google Patents. This is my preferred way of searching for patents. It's a really easy way of searching plain text as well as pretty advanced searches. In this case, we're going to look at a design patent for one of my clients, Vuber. And here we have a bunch of applications and issued patents. Design patents. This one is a U.S. Design Patent 857290. So that D there means it's a design patent, and it is issued and in force. So we'll take a look at it. It's a glass core atomizer. So to start off with, we'll get right to the most important part of a design patent. So a design patent is always on the appearance of a device. So the claim is going to be always the same. It's the ornamental design for, in this case, a glass core atomizer, substantially as shown and described. And then the description is always just a series of brief descriptions of the drawings. So there's really very little artistry that goes into the drafting of the description and the claims. But what you are claiming is the ornamental design, so that means that the pictures of it, how it appears, are extremely important. The pictures are in fact the claims, and you are claiming anything that looks like this. And how broad that claim is, how much you can assert it against other similar devices, depends on what other similar devices look like. It's a fairly subjective test, whether devices infringe design patents or not, but they have become a very important way of protecting design and how things appear. In this case, we have a glass core atomizer, and you can see that the hatching helps show what the various portions are and what it looks like, what's transparent, what is solid. It's very important that we have this hatching in this case because we do have transparency and there are contours that wouldn't necessarily show up if we didn't have the hatching on there. The hatching is not required legally. All that's required is that we give the viewer, essentially, a good idea of what the thing looks like. You're required to enable a reader to make something that looks like this, and so in order to do that, you have to give them enough drawings that they know exactly what it looks like. And there are ways of making this sort of broader or narrower. There are techniques of making the drawings so that they only claim sort of generic versions of a pretty precise article. But for the most part, a good patent attorney will be able to determine when that's appropriate and how to apply those various rules. So moving on to this other information that design patents have. So as I mentioned, the applicant is Vuber Technologies. The inventor is David Crow. He's the chief tech officer over there. The term of the patent is 15 years from the date of issue. That's the date of the patent, and up here we have the patent number as well. And right down here we have the field of classification search. Classifications can be really important to doing your own patent search. A good search expert will be able to find a really good classification. And when you have the right class, it will show you a lot or all of the references that are relevant to patenting a given invention. So it can be a really powerful tool to finding the right patents, but a topic for a different discussion. but it does lead into the patents that the examiner did find when she did her own search. These are all of the references that the examiner found that were relevant when she was deciding whether our invention was novel and non-obvious. And she looked through all of these. They're all design patents except for a couple here in the middle. Those are utility patents. And the examiner is Marissa Cash. I've worked with her on a number of patents. And that is everything that really is useful to inventors or any patent owner, anyone who's doing their own patent search, if you're looking at patents. So, thank you for coming along with me on this guided tour, and I hope you learned something.